after morning. This is absolutely 100% the first time we've tried to record this podcast, and we didn't just go live without any audio or mics or whatever.
Absolutely not.
Welcome in to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day, and I'm joined by the man who has some Astro A40 headset going on. That's pretty snazzy headset that you've got there, babe.
It is. It's quite crisp, but it's also quite annoying because nothing to do with this, but I can hear myself 3 times, which is annoying.
And Lee's got nothing on you. 2 times. Okay, is there extra audio for you guys? Do you get any audio-ness going multiple times? Is it good? Do give us the details.
I think it's just because I've got the audio monitor on. So I think that's why I can hear it multiple times. But, I mean, we both sound fantastic in the mics, so it's great.
I mean, that's beautiful. Yeah.
That's all we need.
Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. As you can see, my name is Graham Day. I'm joined by the man that we call Bibby. And we are here to bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games on this, The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single weekday where Bibby does his hair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No hat Bibby today. I've got an El Naturel.
Product placement and everything. Where is it?
Do you know what? I couldn't be arsed walking back upstairs this morning. That is essentially why I got out of the shower, got changed, realised that my hat was upstairs, and then I thought, do you know what? Balls to it.
I love the way that we are like fully leaning into, I say partners loosely because 2K, we're aware that you evicted us from the Next Maker program, aka we didn't reapply. But still, you should have let us know. But Bibby's got his 2K21 jersey on there, PGA, nice.
Yeah, you mean the one that I ended up, we had 60,000 people watching us play PGA, this PGA game, by the way.
And they didn't say to us, oh, actually, by the way, we're re-rolling the Next Maker program. Do you want to go back again? They just did it and did. An email would have been nice. An email would have been nice. But, I mean, but to be fair, none of that Next Maker stuff, been there, done that.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Won that shit like a million
Clearly
times.
you can't get the staff, but it is what it is. You'll do fine without us, I suppose.
Yes, it's all right, whatever. Don't even care. As well as that, I'm repping Twitch today, so...
And Puma.
And Puma.
Puma.
It's a bit harsh.
Puma.
And Puma. Yes, Puma. Let's pretend we still got the end. No.
Yeah.
Welcome in, show. Is this? No, it's this one.
No,
it's this one.
That is not the one.
This one.
That's the one.
Nice. Let me scroll back up through the chat and see who is with us, if I can find where the
It's on that TV, so move left. Keep going left.
Other way?
Scroll left. Press down.
Oh, there we go. We found it. Doctor, welcome in. Thank you for dropping in nice and early. Good to see you, dude. Tito, I suppose it's all right to see you as well. Then we got the things with the microphones faking up, and then a wild Shogun appeared saying that's the best we've ever sounded.
Yeah, bastard.
Honestly.
Never liked him anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think that he'd tweet something like, what do you get if you follow me on Twitter? And someone tweeted that, and he said the word annoyed, so I responded with correct. Yeah, I've seen his takes on chips and chip butties and bacon and barbecue and barbecue.
Where's this at? Where does he stand on spam though?
He doesn't stand on any spam because I'll give him one of these.
Absolutely.
No, you don't stand on it. You just chow down. Yes, sure. What are you saying? Spam, yes or no? That won't work, Iceman, because that's in my home setup. It's not in the studio. We've got to do a lot of audio stuff. Keep up, man. Honestly. God. Exclamation mark, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I haven't missed a news article /bit today, GG's. Nice. Yeah. Audio is perfect, beautiful. Nietzsche. Oh, Nietzsche is a bike he's sniffing now.
Is it?
He is.
Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely. Bitson.
Oh, fantastic.
It tells me all the time. Like literally, I'll be sat there streaming, and it'll just pop in the stream and just say it through the audio sources and then just disappear again. Nice. Spam is a crime on the taste buds.
And that's all we've got time for today. Zoom back out my hair's a fucking tip.
It's all right, I'll put it in like 720p.
There we go, yeah, that's the one. The fuzziness. Hit it with the fuzziness.
There we go, you can't tell now. Nietzsche, oh, what? Is that
10,000?
10,000 bits. How much is that? That's like...
Is it?
That's like a fucking £100, is it? I can't figure maths.
Is one bit £1 one penny?
Yeah.
I think it is then. Yeah. Fucking hell. Why have you got to this one?
Because you said you wanted it blurry, but it was like that. I mean, he did say it's £100. That's a fucking £100.
hell.
I mean, he did say that he wanted the Ice Up GG and the Ice Up Stay Frosted because nobody else has got those.
There you go.
Didn't think he'd do it in one go.
There you go. Absolute legend. Thank you, Nietzsche. Absolute shagger.
Jeez. Oh, there we go. The worst thing is because I'm looking at chatbot over there. I'm gonna have to load it up on my screen. The first time he's used that emote and I can't see it. There we go. GG's and Stay Frosty in the chat.
Yeah, legend.
And Nietzsche with another first on the channel. The first person, I believe, to have unlocked the GG and the Stay Frosty. I think there's only one other person that got the... What's the other one that we've got, the first one? I don't tend to like talk about them that much because I don't want people to feel like they have to do what Nietzsche has just done and throw down a shit. It's the hero. The Ice Up hero emote. So I think Magic, again, Mike, I think he's got the hero one, but you're the first person that's got the GG and the Stay Frosty.
10,000 bits. Christ almighty. So, if I scroll through the top of my screen here, he's leading the gifties, and he's also leading by quite a significant amount on the cheers as well. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, mate. It was both blue screen because we had no idea how much that was. It's never happened before.
I was like, okay, decimal point because the pennies, so the 2 zeros, so that's £100, but no one's just going to throw £100 on bits. It was a fucking £100.
Absolute legend. Thank you so much, mate.
Yeah, massively appreciate that. That's like Bibby's Lambo needs another tyre. So
won't even fill it.
Yeah,
it won't even fill it.
No, it's just for someone to like acknowledge the fact that he needs one.
Oh yeah,
they don't want any. It's just like yeah. That's
absolutely.
It. Nice, thanks. But no, I genuinely appreciate that. Thank you very much. Somehow we have to continue though. How do you go past that when you're just like that? That's never happened on the channel before. Well, how do you? But we will. We're consummate professionals, so we'll jump back out for a second. You sound weird to me, but that just might be the fact that you're northern.
Coming from him.
All right,
all right. Oh, yeah. Who wants to get the bears in?
All right,
I love my Pokemon, me.
That's exactly the... literally, he could...
Just
making sure. I was like, just making sure he wasn't behind me. What? I had to check. So, yeah, there you go. All right.
Bulbasaur's my favourite Pokemon. That's exactly what it'd say as well.
Yeah, because he's a wet lettuce.
So chicken jerky tandoori hot. It's our last packet, by the way.
For those that don't know, let's get this held up. So this is Arrogant Chicken. So Tito hooked us up with a big chicken jerky selection. He's got a friend who has their own business making chicken jerky. We've gone through the full taste. We're down to our last flavour, and this one is tandoori chicken. Oh, I got this.
First swipe.
Oh,
hello! Look at that.
Look at that.
Team Girth.
So yeah, well. Oh my god.
That's a good one, that. Yep.
Nice.
I can see why we left this one till last.
All right, yeah. It's great chicken. It's great.
It's great chicken, that.
It's great.
He's never going to speak to us again, is he? Ever.
No. But we love your show anyway. I like that one. It's like... I know it's tandoori rather than chicken tikka, but it's just like having some dried chicken tikka pieces.
See, tandoori chicken is what I like to go in my curries if we have the option.
It's good.
So this is big dub. Big dirty dub.
Big dirty dub. Big dirty dub. I don't think we have an Arrogant Chicken command set up, at least not in the studio. So if anyone does have the link to Arrogant Chicken, do feel free to throw it in. It's not an ad, it's not a spawn. Not being paid for this, we're just greedy northerners that have been given meat. So
yeah.
There you go. Let me have a look. Just got off a 1.5 hour meeting in relation to... It's gone. Okay, let's scroll up on this one instead then, because this one doesn't bounce. In relation to when I was fucked over on my uni course. Ooh, how did it go, Iceman? Sounds fun. Resolved. No, not quite. All the progress been made. GG's. At least we got progress.
Moving forward.
Someone bet on Frankfurt last night. Who did?
Oh, yeah, I think he's talking about Nietzsche.
Did he?
Well, it's in relation to dropping the bits.
I was like, what? I get it now. I got chicken in my teeth as well. Did you, Nietzsche? Did you bet on Frankfurt? Give me the details. Someone bet on Aaron Ramsey missing a penalty last night. The thing is, like, I opened up Twitter and I just saw the same message like 5 times in a row. Do not sub players on to take penalties. Chapters, a couple of content creators I know, they all say the same thing. It's like if what's it called? Is it Roof? Kemar Roof or whatever? Kemar Roof. I don't know. The guy that was subbed on at the same time as Ramsey. He almost set up Ryan Kent for the winner. And if that had happened, then people would have been like, "Oh, late substitutions," you know. But yeah. No, don't be putting people on for a shootout. The first kick, stone cold inside the head. Everyone else is just like
goalkeepers. Yeah, I can understand that because all they need to do is just guess the right way, and they might be better technically at saving penalties. They might be able to read the game better, but not for someone to take it. They've got no chance to warm up. Running up and down the side of a pitch and not having a ball at your feet is a completely different kettle of fish.
Van Gaal did it with Sillessen, didn't he? At the just before we got Van Gaal, when he was still in charge of Holland.
He brought in Tim Krul.
Yeah, it was like, was it Sillessen was in, and he took him off and brought Krul on.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, worked out for him. It's also gone the other way when, was it Chelsea brought on Kepa, and he was like...
he got nowhere near any of them.
Nice. No worries here of getting that emote. Same. I was going to bet on Frankfurt, but didn't get the chance. More money than sense, that guy, but then that's not difficult. Is it because he's super rich? Is that what you mean?
Bantosaurus Rex.
Tito jerked a chicken. He did. Not just one, actually. It's just today.
Several.
Just today. This could be fun if either of you don't like spice. I don't mind spice. I don't choose spice. Not the biggest fan. I mean, Lotus, on the other hand, loves it. Just can't get enough. Although this is moist, and they're trying to like just chew it and get rid of it so I can jump back onto the stream, but I'm like
moist.
That one's my favourite. Could eat it all day. It's good. I think I'd still go for Cluck Norris, maybe. But what was the other one that was nice?
I love the cheeseburger one.
Yeah, Cluck Norris, that one. Yeah.
Oh, was that that's the first one we had, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. So we started, and then we went downhill through all them horrible flavours. God.
Oh, the Greek one was nice.
Nah. They were all decent. The Greek one was really nice. That was the one I expected to like be like, eh. And even the coq flavour, the Le Coq, which was the French one, I thought that one might have been like meh. But it was good provincial style chicken. It was good. Anyway, enough of the food. We've got the link to Arrogant Chicken in the chat if anyone does want to check it out. No spawn. Don't have to. We've got no links, discount codes, any kickbacks or whatever. Just trying to help out businesses that are giving us snacks through Tito, which is nice. Still would pick the pork chop and chips I'm having for dinner in a bit. Shut up. And no, Shogun Ash is a Brummie. I'm a farmer from Devon. Hang on, Tito's a Brummie. No, Shogun is... there we go. Yeah, he's from Birmingham. If you ever watch his stream, he sounds exactly like that. 100%. I love Aaron Ramsey, mega goth. Ramsey's the best signing in Scottish football history, though. Aye. Truly the best thing to do is sub goalkeepers before a shootout. Look at Krull. Yeah. Spice in the bin. For those who don't know, I'm not Lenny Henry, despite those impressions. All right there,
baby.
I guess now Rangers lost the Europa, that means nothing to them, or never did either. Ads. You can talk anything that Celtic's in. Best thing ever. We made it relevant. Celtic lose something. Shit, not interested anyway. Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, getting dumped out of 3 European competitions in one season just isn't enough, Graham.
I guess now. Oh, no, I've done that one. I just went. I'm just west of Brum. Glass Boys. Not a footy fan, to be honest. Neither show. Sports Arsenal. Just imagine. I mean, they're going to finish above United, but just imagine if like all I saw the other week when United like lost, it was like you're getting it off for me. Imagine if St Totteringham's Day doesn't happen, and it costs you Champions League football. Imagine. I love you, Shaw.
It's gonna happen.
I love you, Shaw. Shaw is an Arsenal fan, by the way, like all Brummies.
Yikes.
Anyway, enough of the banter. Let's jump into some news. So we do have a few news stories today. The first one is Red Dead Redemption is actually changing its name to Red Alive Redemption because it's no longer dead. That's not true. But Red Dead Redemption Remake and Red Dead Redemption 2 current gen upgrade are in the works. This is a rumour at gamingbolt.com. which I'm not sure if we've featured on the scoop before. So if we haven't, well done to Gaming Bolt. You've made it. Nice. Go tell your mum. Go tell your mum. We'll then jump into Call of Duty Warzone 2. Details have been allegedly leaked. Oh, no, we won't, actually. That's the one after. We'll jump in to The Last of Us PS5 remake is reportedly likely to be released in 2022. So if you want to play Last of Us on your PS5, the remake is due to be coming this year. Then we'll jump into Call of Duty Warzone 2. Details have been allegedly leaked. More like Blackout than the original. Then we'll talk about Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer being free to play. So if you think, do you know what? Warzone, not doing it for me. I want some multiplayer, some traditional. Well, you can get your hands on it for free. We'll tell you how to do exactly that. But first, we'll jump into this. Are we in the right place? Are we in the wrong place?
Can you remember?
We are in the right place, but I'm just going to move us around, just to make sure that we're actually... Let's go! Yeah, we're back again.
Never ceases to amaze that, does it?
I fucking love it. Best thing you've ever done. Best thing you've ever done. So this is written by... Usaid? I'll go with Usaid. If I've said it wrong, guaranteed you're going to be watching the scoop anyway. Do feel free to let us know. At Gaming Bolt, the article once again says Red Dead Redemption 2 Remake and Red Dead Redemption 2 Current Gen Upgrade are in the works. This is a rumour. Another leaker has claimed that Rockstar is preparing both Red Dead Redemption games for current console hardware. So with Red Dead Redemption 2 being the massive critical and commercial success that it is, it would seem natural for Rockstar and Take-Two to bring the game to current-gen platforms with a remaster or a dedicated patch. This was recently suggested by leaker account NGT, and now Rockstar's Mag's Chris Clippell has also suggested the same in a recent tweet. Clippell has also suggested that a full-blown remake of the first Red Dead Redemption is in the works alongside the aforementioned Red Dead Redemption 2 remaster for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. The leaker claims the Red Dead 2 upgrade has been in development since at least late 2020, and its official announcement was pushed back when Rockstar decided to remake the first game as well. While the remaster of the second game is an easier pill to swallow, it's rather hard to believe that Rockstar is indeed working on a full-blown remake of the first Red Dead game, given the massive scope of the project. Though, interestingly, this isn't the first time we're getting rumours of a remaster/remake of the original Red Dead Redemption. That said, Take-Two's latest earning reports have revealed that it plans to release 8 remakes/remasters before 2025. So there's something... So there's that something to consider as well. Okay. Butcher that a little bit, but we get what you're saying. However, it's still best to keep expectations in check until the developer or the publisher comes out with an official announcement on the matter. End story. Red Dead or Red Dead Revival? What we're saying, babe? You interested?
Yes, and I think them wanting to do both is I think it'll be a much easier task because they would already have the assets. It's not as if like they're just going to be creating 2 completely separate games. Like they will have the assets of where the location is. So like all they need to do is, all they need to do is just get mocap and get all the well, you might not necessarily have to get the voice actors back in again. Obviously, just pay them to reuse their lines again. But if it's a remake, they might end up adding new missions or new areas, potentially new characters, new lines for the characters to be able to say. So creating the environment itself interchangeable between the first 2 games, you're good to go. But having to create the original one, I'm surprised that we didn't get one on the last generation, which makes me feel like this has more wheels than it would have done, than it ever has done, shall we say, because they didn't have one in the last generation. They own it. Red Dead Redemption is available on your Xbox 360. Fairly certain it came out on the PS3 as well. It wasn't an Xbox exclusive, yeah.
That's what I played it on.
Yeah.
PS3.
So it didn't come out for any of the last gen consoles. You were able to play them on your last gen consoles for like PlayStation Now or whatever, or putting the disc into your Xbox One. But being able to play this with newer hardware, I think this is a massive dub for them. I mean, I've seen ads in the chat saying that they're so out of touch, they needed to have more content for Red Dead Online than actually reselling both the games again. On this occasion, I will actually disagree with them. I do feel like they will actually get more money from recreating the first game and reselling it rather than they would do if they just kept on putting content out on Red Dead Redemption Online. Red Dead Online isn't anywhere comparable to what is going on with Grand Theft Auto. We've had this discussion earlier on this week. Like, it's chalk and cheese. Like, they may end up the players may end up going back and playing it for a while. But I saw something this morning saying that Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold another 5 million copies. Like, 5 million more copies of Grand Theft Auto 5, the game that came out 9 years ago, I think it was. And they're literally giving that game away on PlayStation Plus. They're giving it away at Epic Game Store. Like, there's no reason for anybody to go out and buy this game again, yet people are going out and buying this game again. It's ridiculous. So I feel it's chalk and cheese with the Red Dead Online stuff. I don't think that's a good comparison. I feel like they would definitely sell more copies of a Red Dead Redemption remake of the first one, and even a graphical upgrade for the second one.
You've got to feel Rockstar aren't stupid. Like saying they're out of touch is I don't think that's necessarily right. What is I will agree with is that there are some Red Dead Redemption fans that are unhappy with the state of Red Dead Redemption Online because they're looking across the room and seeing all the GTA Online team like high-fiving each other and look at all these heists we've got, and we've got all these new cars, and we've got all the metaverse stuff starting. And then they look back over at Red Dead Redemption Online, and they're all just like, do you want to throw a horseshoe at the stick, or shall I? No, I'll throw it. Okay, nice. Ping!
Yeah.
And it's like, they're naturally pissed, and I feel like people aren't clamoring for content. Yes, I'm seeing the news articles that people want it, but it's always people on the Red Dead forum. When GTA spills, it's everywhere. And it's kind of like, I mean, I suppose you could say chicken and egg. Is like, does GTA spill out everywhere because everyone's in it now? And they've invested in it? But I don't feel it's that simple. I feel it is a bit more of, if that's chicken, I feel the egg is. Okay,
Yeah.
They've not invested it so people aren't playing in it. And I think it's more like people aren't playing it, so they're not investing in it. And I think that's the thing. Rockstar aren't stupid. They've got one of the best games I've ever played. It was Red Dead Redemption on PS3. Hands down, love that game. Danielle played through it with me. You know it's a good game when Danielle sits there and watches me play through it, kind of thing. And she did with that game. Exceptional. Fucked up the ending, but we won't go into that, spoilers and stuff. But not the game, me, I did. But I went from being so enamored with the first game to, that's all right, that's a decent game with the second one, to the point you can see it's a decent game because I finish everything. If it's shit TV series, shit TV series, I will watch through it, even though I'm like, okay, this is a bit churny. It has to be bad for me to stop watching it. And same with games, it has to be bad for me to stop playing it. I feel that's a bit too extreme out there. It wasn't terrible. I just didn't feel like a need to finish it like I did with The Last of Us and Uncharted and Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2, I got to the end of Chapter 2, I think it was, turned it off. Something happened, like, I don't know, maybe busy work or went away to Gamescom or something like that, I don't know, whatever it was. A couple of weeks went by, started playing something else, PUBG more again, and then, just never went back. If I go back to it now, I'd have to start it again so I can remember where I was up to. And I feel like that leading into online, just they wanted it to be the same as GTA Online, but it was never going to be the same as GTA Online. So, I understand where you're coming from, saying that they're out of touch with the fans because they want it. I think they're out of touch with the vocal fans that want it. But the vocal fans that want it, if they were enough to satisfy the financial need for it, Rockstar would be there already. I feel like that's kind of, look at what they've done previously. That will be a no-brainer.
I've just seen Timeless comment there saying, morning, by the way. Good after morning. It said, Red Dead Redemption isn't made by the same people as GTA, though. Yeah, but it's still under it's still under Rockstar. And when it comes to budgeting meetings and how much content they're going to be able to put out and the roadmaps and stuff, they're going to be looking at how many people are playing in the player base versus how much money that they're making. And if both of those things aren't moving the needle, then they're just going to get less and less money to be able to put back into redevelopment, whether or not that's going to be a DLC pack, whether or not that's going to be more stuff.
When you get something that's that successful as well, that is the territory where companies will go, 1 billion profit. Is that it?
Yeah.
We just had 7 over there. So that's only going to make 1. Let's look at something else.
Yeah, they'll just put the resources elsewhere. And also, Iceman's banged on the money as well, say the problem with online activities for Red Dead is that they're limited to what they could have done at the time of when the game's set in, exactly like I said to you the other day, in terms of people want to be able to drive extremely fast cars and moving from one side to the map on GTA, albeit it does take a little bit of time. you can still clear. You can still get to the other side of the map in next to no time compared to horse and carts.
But even thinking of that, like, think of being stupid in your creative stuff. So, like, some of the fucking GTA maps that you'll see where people just have platforms in the sky and the cars are jumping over ramps and going. But doing that with the physics of a horse and a cart instantly cuts down the possibilities. A jump from one ledge to another with a horse and a cart attached to it, it's gadong, wheels snap, people fall off, and you're like, oh fuck. So that instantly squashes a lot of things down. And I think it's the idea at first, let's GTA Online. You know, you got open world stuff, nice. Okay, Red Dead Online, it's GTA, but 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 400 years ago, whatever time frame it is, it's more like 150, 200, but go back that far and then do it again. It's like, okay, well, same, but it's same, but very different. It is, and it doesn't just.
It's not incomparable.
So yeah, I agree. I would be very much more inclined. I'm not interested in jumping into Red Dead Online. I haven't. I own the game. I'm not going to jump into it. I don't want to jump into it. I would play Red Dead Redemption Remake. Maybe that's because I'm an old man and there's a bit of nostalgia in there as well. I've played through it already and stuff. Maybe, possibly, but that would work for me. That doesn't necessarily mean that it applies to everyone, and there definitely is more money potential in your online content if it's GTA Online.
Yeah, I've Rockstar. I don't think they're ignorant enough to not realize what's going on with Grand Theft Auto in terms of people are buying it probably to be doing the role-playing stuff. Like, that's the thing that's give Grand Theft Auto a complete new lease of life. Like, people, if you go onto Twitch now, I very much doubt that there is a lot of people still playing through the campaign. I very much doubt there is a lot of people just doing the vanilla online stuff. I feel like they will be playing some kind of modded version of it, whether or not it's on NoPixel, whether or not it's on GTA RP or whatever it is, server that there is going on. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't think there is one of these RP servers for Red Dead. If it is, it's nowhere near as popular as what's on Grand Theft Auto.
Which I'm not aware of one, but I think there could be. And if there is, then I think that just compounds it's a microcosm of the large situation. That's what it is. It's a simplified version of the bigger picture. It's like if there's RP and we don't know about it, it's because there's just not enough oomph in the whole title to push people in. And once again, like Iceman said, that we spoke about it the other day, he's put you can only get away with what was done at the time the game is set in. Forget your vehicles and stuff like that. You can go buy some KFC-alike stuff with your character that's dressed up in your Michael Jordan-alike clothing, and the audiences that are too young to play this game, but are playing this game and keeping it stacked up, want to be doing that stuff. Yeah. They don't necessarily want to be going out and go, should we capture some, go out and not even capture, should we go and pick some plants so we can make herbs? No.
Yeah.
If I said to Chloe, do you want to go to KFC and get some Jordans? She'd be like, fuck yeah. Well, she wouldn't. Right. She'd be like, yes, please, Dad. Because if she said fuck yeah, she'd be grounded. But if I said to Chloe, she'll go get some medicinal herbs so we can make some potional remedies. So if we get injured in our next gunfight, live in Salford, she'd be like, I mean, whilst that would be useful, Dad, I'd rather go to KFC. Can we go there instead? Yeah. And that's the difference.
Big fair. But yeah, it's just that, I mean, everyone will always have the preference. Red Dead was spawned out of being having imagination of wanting to be a cowboy. I just feel like being a cowboy and being a gangster, albeit they are from the same, you could argue they are from the same branch, but two different eras. One of them is probably seen to be a lot cooler than the other one now. Yeah. So it's whatever your imagination. Because I can't. When Red Dead 1 came out, I think I might have been 15, maybe 16, 2005, maybe.
It was somewhere around there, maybe 6 or 7, possibly.
Right. I'm not. Yeah, so I was in my late teens or mid-teens.
Are we on about Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Because there was like the obviously Red Dead Revolver and stuff like that, which I never actually played. But
scroll back up again.
2004. Oh, a spiritual successor to 2004's. So it was released
2010. 2010?
No way. Wow.
All right, so I was 19 then. Christ. 2010. I have lost 4 years of my life there in about 30 seconds.
I played through it when Chloe was born, so it was after 2009. However, I thought I went into it late. That said, I just had baby brain for like 6, 7, 8 months or whatever, so I thought I'd passed millions of years of my life.
I thought I was in college.
No,
Turns out I had left and I was in full-time employment. Wow.
Well, I knew it was definitely after 2008, 2009 that I'd played through it because I was with Danielle, and I met her in 2008. We had Chloe in 2009. You know, don't
but yeah, I mean, the areas of... That's why I genuinely think San Andreas is so much more popular than maybe Vice City. They're two completely different periods of time, and one of them might be seen cooler than the other one.
I'm unsure on that. I agree exactly with what you're saying, just not necessarily in the same way in terms of... I think if San Andreas came first and Vice City came after, because it was newer and had all of the better textures and the more things to do, I think they're both the same thing, but with different concepts. One's like that cool 80s retro bibby shirts everywhere.
Absolutely.
Lamborghinis, white suits with your sleeves pulled up.
Absolutely.
Like that.
I wish I could get away with that now, but I'd be called a twat, even more so than usual.
But obviously, San Andreas was like your full straight out of Compton. You've got Snoop Dogg and your lowriders bouncing down the road and stuff like that. It's like, I think they're both cool in their own different ways, but both are things that can be picked off right now. Cowboys are not necessarily it right now, so I think that's part of the issue. Also, the biggest thing is that no one's even mentioned yet is that they were screwed from the off, because where do you go with Red Dead Redemption 2 when Shaw made a Red Dead Redemption in Birmingham skit?
I remember that.
Absolutely popped on his
put
social
it in the chat.
media
Get that
channels.
link back in the chat again.
I mean, they are screwed, because how do you get past that?
Yeah.
Someone's made your game better than it ever could be in a 2-minute video. How are you ever going to get there? You're not going to get there. So
Fantastic stuff.
So yeah, we were talking about all right in. Show's just gonna. There you go. He's gonna get it. Too sexy says. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'll jump back into this bit though. I did see a comment before saying Undead Nightmare. It's not for me. Hard pass. I think we've spoken about this before. I did not like Undead Nightmare at all, to the point where, like, it was 2010, and it must have been when I played through it. Maybe into 2011 when I played it, because it wasn't quite at launch. And me, Danielle, played through the game, and we enjoyed it that much that when they announced Undead Nightmare, Danielle bought me Undead Nightmare for my birthday. She bought it for me so we could play it together.
Yeah.
And then she stopped watching it, and I stopped playing it and didn't finish it, because I was like, well, that was boring. It was like the stuff that they've blatantly ripped out of Grand Theft Auto. Do you know, like, you used to get like, oh, some people are trying to take over your area, and you've got to go down and shoot down the rest of the mob before they take over your zone or whatever. It was that, but rather than it being gangs, it was just zombies. Yeah. Over and over and over and over. And it was cool and it was fun, but then it was dark and it was grungy and grungy and blah, blah. No. Oh, we've got it. If Red Dead Redemption 2 was set in England. You know, if you've never seen this before, we'll bring this up on the stream. You're pretty much missing out if you've never seen this before. Oh. Are you full screen? Yeah. Has it not got any audio?
It will have now.
Ah, okay. Oh, you have to turn it up a bit. I can't hear it.
Aye, Brad, get me out of them. Come. Oh, come on, Brad. I was on some next thing, Brad. I'm just here visiting, man, and that. Say, well, go on. Yo, I see all your tweets, Brad, talking about, yo, free my nigga stabs. Yeah, do it then.
Pew! He needs some milk.
Alright, we're done. What was that all about, blood? You know what it is, bro. One guy told me to suck my mum in it, so obviously I had to squeeze it. You are not serious, blood. Are you for real? Because the man told you to suck him? Yo, it's a suck him on thing. Nah, you can never tell me. Got me in all of that trouble there. Man, I'm busting shots at my ear. Back in even the thing, man. So you're always talking about, oh, man's always on this thing. Yeah, when it's something serious, bro, not because some guy told you to suck your mummy.
Oh, it's genuinely world class.
Beautiful. So yeah, there you go. Check it out at Shogun Ash on Twitter, Shogun Ash Live on Twitch. Go check him out. Nice. Red Dead Redemption Peaky Blinders. Pretty much, as you can see. Pyong! I was fucking love that.
It's been so long since I've watched it. It just tickled me all over again.
Did you play the Undead Nightmare online mode? That was fun. I mean, I didn't like the offline mode, so I wasn't going any further. Also, I have some breaking news. Not official though. Rumbleverse may be cancelled. It just looks a bit poop. It looks like it has some potential, but it's just me and Bibby. Well, after I'd responded to your message in the Discord this morning, me and Bibby were talking about it when I got into the office, and it just looks like Knockout City mixed with that Fortnite art style kind of stuff, but with wrestling thrown in, which could be cool. A battle royale that's based on physical fights rather than guns and stuff. Sorry, it must have been wrestling on my foot pedal, then went to tie. That video from Ash was class. It's not Ash, it's Show. Mate.
God.
Honestly.
God.
Fucking get off the foot pedal, man! But yeah, Rumbleverse is it looks a bit crappy. Not in the fact that would I be against it? No. Would I try it? No. Would I not try it? No, I definitely would try it, but watch the gameplay video, it looks worse than the trailer.
Yeah.
The gameplay, you can see the animations are a bit staccato, stop-start, rigid. They don't link very well and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, the award for worst game of today goes to definitely Roller Champions. Don't look at that. That looks terrible. That is so bad.
Yeah. Roller Champions. Do yourself a favour. Get yourself on the earlier Pipe Down G is actually known as the Vibes. Yeah, I get you. I'm hoping it's just delayed again. We'll see. I'll jump back up. Let me see if I missed anything. I tried Red Dead. Actually, no, there's more. There's loads of comments. Okay, let me scroll back up then. I'm missing out quite a bit. Red Dead Online is a lot of fun, but ultimately very limited. It's niche, and that's the thing that people don't get when they have a niche interest. Not everyone is going to love it or allocate resources to it. Yeah, no, I agree. The Red Dead Redemption RP servers, but not modded or as popular. Oh, there is Red Dead. Okay. Woody versus Buzz comparison from Toy Story 1. Gangster versus Cowboy. Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a great comparison. Woody, the cool thing that you used to like, but now you've matured a bit, and you don't just want Woody's Roundup. You want to be Buzz Lightyear to infinity. It's like, yeah, it's a bit different. I was working in HMV in Victoria Station.
Oof.
That must have been busy as fuck. Okay, I was 31. Oh, just aged you 5 years late. Sorry for that. I just hope the Red Dead Redemption remake is new stuff and the DLC is remade too. Undead Nightmare. No. I love just talking about that. Did you play? And I've done that bit too. I was part of the Command and Conquer reboot beta that got canned, deservedly. What? Because they got you involved? Yeah. I mean, understandable.
Well, the benefit of this is it's going to be a remake rather than a remaster, and remakes, they haven't always hit, but for the ones that I have played, obviously more notably, the Resident Evil remakes over the last couple of years have been absolutely fantastic. They've been slightly reimagined over the original ones, which for me is fantastic, albeit they definitely left some bits out of some of the games, both the games, most notably, the Clock Tower out of the third one, which is obviously one of the big parts of the original game.
I knew that wasn't there.
Why's that, Graham?
Because you mentioned it.
How many times?
Every time.
Every time. Yeah, I can't. It's like, well, I can't do one without the other. But yeah, it's going to be a remake, so that's again where we might end up having new characters introduced, new voice actors, new voice lines being put in there. So yeah, that's what I'm taking out from this. It's going to be something that's going to have a lot of TLC put into it, because it's not just there's the old textures, put that into a new engine, make them a bit more high res, and then hopefully everything won't look as janky. Take what you will from the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition that came out, where they just decided to make bolts look like donuts.
I can't wait for perfectly rounded wolves as it rolls down the street. Nice. Ad says it's Fortnite/Epic Makers, so I trust them. It's not ads. It's Epic Publishing. It's actually Iron Galaxy or whatever it is that's making it. I just had Google and I've forgotten it already, but they are the devs, not Epic. So the big teams that are at Epic working on Fortnite. It's not even part of them that are developing it. They are just doing the publishing. The development's a different team. So and I think that's the difference. You look at go into Fortnite, and just the other day I got the Robocop skin and didn't have enough gutted V-Bucks to buy the Macarena dance. Gutted. Beans got it though, so one of us has it. It's nice. However,
He's been back on Fortnite.
yeah, I've full on got. I mean, to the point where let me show
Where
you
the
this.
fuck's my text?
Let me show you this. Let me show
I'm too good to be part of the crew now. Is that what we're saying? Or just not good enough?
I played with Beans and Mrs. Beans on Monday night, but Beans messaged me last night saying, you fully got me back in the Fortnite, and then he sent me all these messages. Let's go, Beans.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday morning where we're going to be playing some Fortnite. So if you want to get involved, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, Beans bought the Macarena dance, and just look at the Macarena dance. Everything about it, like I was talking about it to Beans about PUBG. You look at the emotes on PUBG, not only they cringe, but they don't necessarily loop perfectly. There's a slight the way you get back, you're almost back to there, but you're not, so that it jolts back again. Macarena, perfect
loop.
All of the body movements, everything, so many different articulated parts of the body that moves. And then you look at that Rumbleverse, and you can tell it's not the same team, the same game, the same builds. It's more like Knockout City, which is a smaller budget. And I know it's not many games will be as funded as well as Fortnite. That goes without saying. But yeah, it's different. So from the makers of Fortnite, yeah, that's just marketing speak. That's like when you get based on a true story, and it's like the man's a walking spatula. What the fuck? How many spatulas do you know that have walked? It's loosely. So yeah, it's.
I want to know more about this walking spatula.
So, do you know? I completely. It was actually Fork. I was thinking of Forky in Toy Story 4 because we've been talking about Toy Story already. So yeah. Tito, I love Command & Conquer. Their last game was awful though. They went futuristic. Yeah. No. Nobody wants lasers and that shit. Fuck no. To be fair, if you're going futuristic for Command & Conquer, it would just be one button and a nuke, wouldn't it? It'd just be like, end it all or not.
This is where we should be wheeling out Luke, because he's the Command & Conquer guy, isn't he? He knows everything about Command & Conquer.
Me and David
Fucking
played
nerd.
it on the SNES for like a couple of weeks solid. We had no instruction guides or nothing. We'd never played it before. We went in and had to figure it out, and we got there. We got there.
Some of my favourite gaming memories on Command & Conquer with the old link cable on the PlayStation 1. So, like, I'd be on one side with my mate Phil, and then his brother Mike, who you've met, would be on the other side of the room with his dad, both playing on two separate TVs, and then we'd get our ass kicked because we had so much shitter at that game than them two are. They'd just be like, yeah, you two dimwits go together, and then we'll play you.
Nerds! Command & Conquer Reboot, I was testing, went full pay to win. You had basic free-to-play generals, but then you could buy new generals, which had OP units and weapons. Was dumb, but typical EA. Yikes. Available on the Switch Pro. Which one, Command & Conquer or the Rumbleverse? Because it's not going to be available anywhere if it sounds like it.
I did also see Iceman put something in the chat about Skyrim Special Edition coming to Anniversary Edition coming to the Nintendo Switch. Don't worry, we've already discussed that in the office this morning as well. That did not go amiss.
We tried to, but we didn't get a chance. Bibby, do you have an Amazon Prime shell suit?
I do on PUBG because it was one of the drops, wasn't it? The first drop. I've actually got 2 more drops on the account. It's been that long since I've logged in. I've actually got 2 more
just
drops
to open.
Yeah. I don't know if they expire. I might have to go in and unlock them, but
honestly,
I wish I had Fortnite ones.
I'm an 80s child. I remember the IRL shell suit and the pain of static shocks. Worst idea ever. All right, calm down. Red Dead Redemption 2077 online for Switch Pro Kappa. Nope. I've just seen now. We need a futuristic Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2077. I get you. No. But next up, we'll jump into. Do you know what? Let's stop talking about a remake from the PS3 generation. Okay. Let's jump into our next news story, which focuses on a remake from the PS3 generation. This one is written by Tom Ivan at VGC, and it says the Last of Us PS5 remake is reportedly likely to be released in 2022. We're back. Multiple reports have suggested the unannounced game is nearly finished. So a prominent journalist has backed up previous reports that a Last of Us remake for PS5 will be released in 2022. Quote, I keep hearing that's coming out this year, GamesBeat reporter Jeff Grubb said on the latest episode of Kinda Funny Gamescast. The Last of Us remake this holiday. He later added, I'm pretty confident about that too. End quote. So Bloomberg first reported last April that a remake of 2013's PS3 game The Last of Us was in the works for PS5. It claimed the project was originally in development at PlayStation's Visual Arts Service Group before the studio was switched to a support role on the game. The remake's development is now reportedly being led by series creator Naughty Dog, which is said to have taken charge of the project following the completion of The Last of Us Part 2, which was released in June 2020. Reliable insider Tom Henderson claimed in January that The Last of Us remake could be released for PS5 in the second half of 2022. And VGC also heard from our own sources that the unannounced game is nearing completion. An unannounced remake project was recently spotted on the LinkedIn profile of a Naughty Dog quality assurance tester, although the description has since been edited to remove the mention of the game being a remake. Okay, we can stop there, I think. So all sources point towards a Last of Us remake for the PS5.
It's going to sell exceptionally well. I mean, it's already been remastered twice. It came out on the PlayStation 4, and then there was there a PlayStation 5-ish version? I don't think there was, actually.
There was. Yes, there was it was. I think it was just called Remastered. Last of Us Remastered. So the Last of Us PS3, then Last of Us Remastered for PS4, then Last of Us Remade for PS5, and then Last of Us Rebooted for PS6. And then...
So yeah, I mean, it's going to sell exceptionally well. I think it'll. I think it'll probably. Well, it can't break. It can't break records yet because there isn't enough consoles out in the wild. But this is definitely one of these games where you say it's once in a generation, but it genuinely was on the PlayStation 3. It was one of those games where you think, all right.
It's once every generation.
Yeah, but that's where I was going with it. No, it's once every generation. So don't be a...
Sorry, just stole it from you.
It's okay.
Just setting it up for yourself. And I've
got it, babe! Goal snatching. He's goal hanging. But yeah, it's The Last of Us. Stick it on any console, it'll do extremely well. Obviously, it's only ever going to be on the PlayStation 5 or on the PC. But yeah, it's going to do exceptionally well. It is straight out the door. People will be... I don't know whether or not they're going to change much of it because, again, using the word remake, it lends maybe alternative things happening. Maybe introductions again of new. Basically, what we've just mentioned in the last article, transfer what we've just said into this one. It might have new areas, might have new characters, might have new voice actors being put in there. You run over very dangerous ground when things like this happen, especially for a much beloved game as well.
I wonder, like, there's so much. Like, I played through it last year before on stream, and it's still an exceptional game. I played, obviously, the PS4 version was still on PS4 at that point in time, so it must have been year before, and it was beautiful. Still playing through it, held up really well. You could just remake that game. You don't need to remake that game, so I feel like they have to do some changes. And I was thinking to myself, like, what could those changes be? I mean, you could start to introduce characters in 2, maybe early on. Possibly you could see them. You could, but I'm thinking, well, that kind of works if you've played 2. You start to change things, and do you really need that foreshadowing stuff when it was never there before? So then I'm thinking, well, what about the stuff that came after The Last of Us? Is it Left Behind? I think it was the DLC. Like, maybe they just weave that into the actual game. So rather than having The Last of Us remade and then the Left Behind DLC remade, maybe they build the Left Behind DLC into The Last of Us as something that you play through as you go. But the thing is, though, is that's pre The Last of Us, so you'd have to... That impacts on the whole thing, because one of the best things about The Last of Us is the first 15 minutes you play make you play the rest of the game, because you're just like, fuck it, I am all in, bitches. This is me. I'm in for this story. So if you start off with the Left Behind DLC, a lot of people are like, and those.
You know, when you have remakes, obviously they want to target both demographics. They want to pick up people who've never played the game before, and also people who absolutely adore the franchise. Now, people who have adored the franchise, who've played all the rest of them beforehand, you're treading on very dangerous glass, ice, whatever. Treading very, very thin ice, shall we say, for this one then. In terms of if you are trying to maybe perhaps smushing them together, are they going to enjoy that? Because a lot of people say this is a perfect 10 out of 10, 100%. You can't get any better than this. So if you change that formula, are you in danger of people going, it's a cash in, it's a cash grab, they don't need to do this? Which, again, you can absolutely understand, but there'll be people out there that have probably played Xbox their entire life that may have actually just gone out and bought a PlayStation now, and they want to be able to play this. Fair enough, you can pick up the remastered version as part of your PlayStation collection.
Don't pay for games.
Yeah, you can pick it up as part of the PlayStation collection. It's there. If you don't already have The Last of Us on your account, then literally you've been under a rock for the last 10 years. But I don't know where they go from this. I don't know what the intention is with this. Is it just to create a PlayStation 5 version of the game? Because I feel like can they call it a remaster again? They probably can't, because I've already called it that from
I'll tell you what
before.
the intention is. Cha-ching.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. I mean, that goes without saying. Why would any business do anything is to try and make more money? But it's a fantastic story. Does it need to be told again?
Yeah, that's the thing for me. Do I want to play more The Last of Us? Yes. Will I play through this game again? Bearing in mind that I very rarely play games again. Yes, I've played this through a few times already. I would play this game again. Do I feel like I have that at the top of my list, though? Nope. So I'm... And that's where, obviously, I want to shout out Fondle, by the way. Hi, Fondle. Hey, how
Fondle.
are you doing? Hey. We're talking about you before, actually. We're talking about Red Dead Redemption. And I don't know if it was Timeless.
Yeah.
Said that you'd been playing it this morning. I did see that you'd been playing it as well in the list of channels as we were going live. Saw it down beside me. So, hey, how you doing? Yeah, so when we were memeing before, and we've had like The Last of Us, then the next gen we got remastered, then the next gen we get a remake, and then I said the next gen we get a reboot. David's just thrown in for like reincarnate.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like we don't need that, because the PS4 version is good enough to play on the PS5. The PS3 version is pretty much good enough to play on the PS5. You don't even really need the PS4 version, so why do we need it remaking now? And I'm feeling like early PS3 games, you could probably get away with the need for a remake. Late PS3 games, like The Last of Us, were beautiful and got 10 out of 10s because they were pushing the envelope. And PS4 didn't really take the generation much further. And PS5 really didn't take it much further with that generational leap. In terms of, okay, we've already got high-def graphics. Yeah, we're going from 4K to 8K, which your eyes don't really tell the difference, like going from that as you would from 480 to fucking 720 or 1080 kind of thing, eh? So we're already seeing negligible jumps in there. Audio stuff's better. Okay, that's great. And then you've got things like the ray tracing and non-visual or audible things that you don't sense, but you pick up on because they're faster, like SSDs and loading times. So visually, the game already looked like it was good enough. Does it need a remake? Probably not. Will I still be interested in playing it? You fucking goddamn right I will.
The whole world will be, let's be honest.
So yeah, that, if you missed it, is rumoured to be coming out this holiday. So if you haven't played The Last of Us, you genuinely have you played The Last of Us?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't played the second one.
Yeah, I've got it. Still haven't played it either. I did have it installed and I deleted it the other week for something, for a stream or something. I can't remember. I was one I had to update Fortnite for the Insert Coin stream. So I had it installed and never got past that. So yeah, if you haven't played The Last of Us, what are you doing? It's exceptional. It is really, really good. But if you've missed it, first one coming out to PS5. Potentially rumoured leak end of the year.
How much time do you have? Enough time for these two?
Yeah. We'll cover these two in one pretty much. Jump onto the other one. The other one. So we'll jump into two stories that link very closely together. First of all, written by Andy Robinson at VGC, Call of Duty Warzone 2 details have allegedly leaked. More like Blackout than the original. So Activision is set to reveal its new Battle Royale this year. Call of Duty Warzone 2 details have allegedly leaked online, including plans to bring the Battle Royale closer to its predecessor, Blackout 4's Blackout. Blackout? No, Black Ops 4's Blackout. You've messed that one up, you silly sausage. YouTuber Nero Cinema shared the details via a video published on Tuesday, which was corroborated by recognised insider Tom Henderson and partially matches with what VGC was heard has heard from our own sources. According to the video, the biggest revamp in Warzone 2 will relate to how it handles loadouts, the packages players can purchase that equip them with all their powerful gear and guns. It's claimed that Warzone 2 will make it more challenging to acquire your loadout by placing them inside new points of interests called strongholds. Quote, there is going to be a number of them, the video claims. You infiltrate a building and do different things depending on the stronghold. Sometimes you have to defuse a bomb, kill AI, and then you'll have access to your loadout. End quote. It's claimed that Warzone 2 will adopt some features from Call of Duty's first Battle Royale Black Ops 4's Blackout. That includes armor requiring a satchel to be equipped rather than coming by default, and a new inventory system where you can only fit so many weapons and equipment in your bag. As first reported by VGC last year, the new Warzone will launch alongside Modern Warfare 2 and include a new map filled with locations from that series. According to Nero Cinema, one such point of interest is based on the multiplayer map High Rise. Ooh. Finally, the video claims Warzone 2 will finally introduce a firing range so players can properly test the damage and recoil of their custom weapons rather than rely on an expert YouTube videos to do it for them. Activision has previously confirmed the new Call of Duty Warzone is in development and will be revealed later this year. VGC understands this year's premium game, Modern Warfare 2, will officially be unveiled next month. Thoughts?
Obviously, this is pointing towards something that's been previously out in terms of Blackout. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you're trying to take the best of all the games that you've probably brought out to try and make a super game. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's just trying to keep it fresh for the people who are play this and nothing else. I know a lot of people who have lapsed from playing Warzone and then come back when there's a big update just to give it a go again. But a lot of people probably would have missed out.
I know someone that lapsed came back to get John McClane's skin and the Scream skin, and then never played with them, and then just left the game entirely and still have them there. Who is that guy?
This guy.
That's not me. That's not me. I can confirm that is not me. Because I got their man John Rambo's skin. And still haven't used it.
So yeah, I like the fact that they're changing it. Obviously, everyone's taking inspiration from what Fortnite does. I know we mention it all the time on here, but they are the kings of being able to make things continue and make your player base come back every single day, whether or not it's for dailies or whether or not it's new skins or just new content every Thursday. I think it goes live, a Wednesday or a Thursday, with new season challenges and stuff like that. Obviously, that's what Warzone want to be able to do. They want to be able to make you want to log in every single day and have 4 or 5 matches, whether or not you get to the end circle or not. Just keep on ticking away. Apex have started to do that as well. They started to add like little NPCs into the maps and things.
I can't help but feel that like Apex and Fortnite are footloose in terms of they're like, we can do what we want when we want and how we want. Whereas Call of Duty's, theirs should be the big one. In theory, they have this massive game that comes out every year that should feed into it. Call of Duty has been one of the biggest games historically of all time. But yet that seems to be what hampers it. They every year have to do sweeping changes. Maybe not day and date on the launch of the game, but Verdansk gets changed to a 1984 Verdansk, which gets changed to a Vanguard-themed sort of map, which is going to get changed to a Modern Warfare-themed map. And it's like, Warzone was beautiful when it was Warzone. Blackout was beautiful-ish. Warzone was Blackout, but better. And it was great, because it was its own place, and it had some nods to the map and stuff, to the games with locations on the map. And it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. I like this. But then it started to become its own beast, but not its own beast. It's our own growing thing, as long as it mirrors closely to what our game is this year. And it's like, well, you can't let it really grow freely if it grows and then becomes a Cold War and then grows and then it's back into Modern Warfare and then it grows. And I just feel like, do you want an evolving game or do you want an annual release? Because you can't have an evolving game that is massively... usurped every year alongside an annual release. And I feel that's the biggest issue for me is Vanguard, Modern Warfare, whatever, huge content bits. But for me, they should be feeding into fucking Warzone these days. It shouldn't be Warzone should be going, okay, we need to break what we're doing so we fit that now. And hopefully that's what they're doing with this. If they're coming with big sweeping changes, that I hope is because they've gone, okay, boom, this is it. We're not going to keep reinventing. We're not going to... It's evolution rather than revolution every year. That's what we're going for. and this revolution we've done now sets us up for evolution. If they go with that, then that's fine. But if in 12 months' time we're talking about, the next Call of Duty Black Ops game is going to make it go back to 1981, and it's like, we've just fucking fought our way back out of that via World War II and into the future. Where are we next? So, yeah. I was playing Warzone loads until they did one thing. They made a lot of weapons unusable from the older COD games. I had no interest in grinding the crappy sighted weapons from same. I'm not interested. I don't give a toss about UAV planes that have the same mapping technology as a scanner. It's not the same thing. I know it's a video game, but you're breaking my immersion there. I'm not interested in picking up a gun that rattles with a sight that's just a couple of bits of sticks on the top like that. I want a glossy black M4 with a...
So what's telling me to stand up and stop being a fat bastard?
Get off your fucking buttocks. I'm not interested. I agree, Tito. I want the modern stuff, and the fact that they go, actually, that's a laser sight, and that didn't exist in no. So anyway, Call of Duty Warzone 2 details have been leaked. It's more like Blackout than the original, which is a better step for me because it steps away from Vanguard time stuff into the future-ish. Well, it's past. It's the future from Vanguard, but it's the past from us now. Blackout is set in the 80s, obviously. Don't mind that. I'll get if it's more like that, I'll give that a go. But I think Warzone progressed past Blackout. Going back to what Blackout offers kind of feels a bit counterintuitive, but I'll wait and see. I don't mind. If they'd gone from World War II to 80s to modern day, fine. But regressing the weapons and map is just off-putting for me. Yeah, I agree. You do what Fortnite does. You have zero build mode. You have an 80s mode. Oh, you bring it in as a limited time thingy. Okay, this is it. Everything has gone back to the 80s. And that's where Fortnite is beautiful, because they've realised, okay, we can't throw in Robocop. We can't throw in Ryu, Ken, fucking Daniel LaRusso from Cobra Kai and whatever, all into the same world without being daft. So let's just make the daft thing a key part of our story, and we can do what we want. We have a portal thing that brings everyone through. Ta-da! Just accept it, and everything else is fine. Okay. Whereas Call of Duty is trying to be super serious whilst there's a big fucking lizard walking around, and then there's the guy dressed literally in a PVC mask with a knife. That's my character. The guy from Ghostface from Scream. Okay, he's got a butter knife and a plastic mask on. You've literally got level 3 armor and a fucking LMG. Who's going to win this fight? But
Ghostface, obviously. He always wins.
You're going to slash gas, going to have a hole in your ass. Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Okay, so that's that. We'll jump ahead a little bit more with the next news article. This one ties very closely to that one. This is where we're going to wrap things up for the day. And it says, Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer is currently free for 1 week. If we sold you into playing a World War II multiplayer then with that high tier spiel, I don't think we did. But if we did, then you can jump into Vanguard, as the multiplayer is currently free for 1 week. So players can try out the game's entire multiplayer experience. So Activision has launched a new Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer free access period. While previous free access promotions have included a selection of Vanguard's multiplayer content, the latest one includes the game's entire online experience. It's running now through to 5 p.m. BST on May the 24th. So you've still got yourself 6 more days to go. So Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone Season 3, which is called Classified Arms, launched on April the 27th. Vanguard introduced a new multiplayer map called Mayhem, which is set in a 50s monster movie set, while Warzone's ongoing Operation Monarch event unleashed King Kong and Godzilla on Caldera. Activision held its first ever 2-week-long free multiplayer trial for a Call of Duty game between March the 30th and April the 13th, and the publisher has reportedly decided to delay next year's Call of Duty game, which would mark the first time in nearly 20 years that the series has skipped an annual release. According to Bloomberg, do you know what? We don't need it. All you need to know is, if you want to play Warzone, you've got Operation Monarch, which you've just seen the launch trailer for that there. And if you want to play the multiplayer experiences, which you usually have to pay for, they are currently free for a week up until the 25th. So do feel free to jump in. If you don't want to, then don't. Don't even care, man. So yeah, that is it. We appreciate everyone for dropping in. That's the end of the scoop. The stories, to give you a quick recap, Red Dead Redemption Remake and Red Dead Redemption 2 current gen upgrade are in the works. So if you want to play the first Red Dead, that is being remade for the next gen. If you want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, that is being remastered for the next gen. Nice. So remakes and remasters for Red Dead. There is a remake on the way from The Last of Us, the original one from PS3, Call of Duty Warzone 2 details have allegedly leaked, and Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer is currently free to play. So that's your news.
Yeah.
Pretty stacked show, that.
It is a pretty stacked
Four
show.
beefy articles. You love to see it. You love to see it. And we got to watch show being Red Dead Redemption Brum style with a pew. Pew.
Fantastic.
If you missed any of the show, do feel free to check it back. You can watch it back on Twitch in the VODs. It will be live on demand as a video on YouTube a little bit later on today, and the podcast services, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So do feel free to check it out on all of those places if you want. There's over 130,000 people that have watched and listened to all of our podcasts, so do feel free to check them out. Before you check any of that stuff out, though, is there anything else you want to add, Mr.
Yes, there is. If you want to help shape the remaining show tomorrow, there is 2 ways that you could do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. All we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
That will be at 10 a.m.
It was actually a lot earlier today than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Because we were ready to go like early this morning, and then I had a call at 11, and then I have a call in 18 minutes. So it was just like, okay, this could be like a 3 o'clocker. But yeah, nice. I'll do this. It's not bad. We appreciate everyone that dropped in throughout the course of the stream. Tito, Fondle, Fatman Dave, Ads, Nietzsche, Tito again. Anyone else that I may not have shouted. Doctor, who came in nice and early too. Viv as well. Viv, who's just west of Brum. We appreciate everyone that does drop into our streams. We know the times are all over the place, particularly more now at the moment than they were, say, a few months ago. It's just a busy time of the year for us. As we do mention, we are Ice Cream, but we also have day jobs working for a company called Jelly, or Jelly Media, if you didn't know that. So we work in the video games industry. We do video games marketing, social media events and stuff. So we have to do all of that stuff before we jump onto the stream, which is why we are a little bit all over the place. But that's also why we have so much cool stuff to work with.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Also, it helps when you've got a Nietzsche in the chat throwing 100 quid's worth of bits down.
Outrageous.
I know, absolute madness. Fuck. Nietzsche, genuinely, that is huge. There's too much.
Legend.
But we will appreciate it anyway. For us, though, we are going to disappear. Have yourselves a beautiful afternoon. Stick around for a raid. We're going to drop a raid on one of our friends. I'm not sure who's online. It's PUBG Update Day, so there's got to be someone out there, right?
Looking at you, Spidge.
Oh, Spidge. Okay, we'll drop a raid on S-Pidge. So do feel free as we drop some love on Pidge. Not only do we pass the love on to him, but you get a few extra sprinkles, which you can use on our channel. That's our channel points. So yeah, stick around. Have a good raid. Enjoy the rest of his stream. And until next time,
Stay frosty.